We're now joined in the room by Creighton head coach Jim Flannery and student athletes Emma Ronsick and Lauren Jensen. We'll get started with an opening statement from Coach Flannery, followed by questions for the student athletes first in the room and then on Zoom. As a reminder, if you're joining us on Zoom, please use the raise hand function so I know you have a question. Coach?
Yeah, congrats to UCLA. I thought they really defended on a different level in that second half, and we couldn't really get much going. And particularly in the fourth quarter, and probably, I thought we got a little tired. I thought, Corey probably did a better job of using her bench and keeping people fresh. But I thought we fought. I'm so proud of our team, and just can't say enough about how much joy I get out of coaching them, and great experience. I told them in the locker room, it's what this group has done is they've made the NCAA tournament an expectation, which is probably something that we haven't had at Creighton, and that's a credit to the work that they've put in, the way they love each other, take care of each other, and so we're super proud of them. But again, congrats to UCLA. I mean, I thought Rice was fantastic in the second half, and obviously Betts was really good in the first half. We took some chances off some kids in the second half to try to limit Betts, but then we didn't do enough to keep Rice from getting in the lane, and she really hurt us in transition. So this one will hurt, but I'm proud of our group.
We're going to open up the questions for the student athletes. We're going to go in the black blazer first.
They were able to stop a lot of your off-ball actions in the second half. How were they able to prevent those passes from coming in that were clicking so much in the first half?
We'll start with Emma and then go to Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we got a lot of open looks that they probably weren't anticipating that they were going to give up in the first half, and I think they kind of just figured out in the second half if they wanted to turn the game around that they just couldn't do that anymore. We have so many good shooters on our team, and I think that they saw that or they felt that in the first half, and they kind of came out with a different type of intensity in the second. So, yeah, I mean, it was credit to their change in the second half, but yeah.
Yeah, credit to UCLA. I mean, they made life difficult for us, especially in the second half. They're disrupting our offense, making it hard for us to catch, and I feel like even when we did get a shot off, it was contested, and so they definitely ramped it up on the defensive end. And yeah, it was tough for us to get going.
We're going to go in the black blazer again.
Now that the season's kind of coming to an end, how has it been to play with this group that you guys have spent so much time around for, 4 seasons for you, Emma, 3 for you, Lauren?
We'll start with Lauren and then go to Emma.
It's been so awesome. I love it here. The people, make it so fun. I mean, I love playing basketball, but the people are really what it's about. And, I just couldn't be more proud of this team and what we've done this year and what I've been able to be a part of the past 3 years, and I'm super grateful for it.
Yeah, I mean, I just love every teammate individually in a different way. They're all so special to me. Living with Lexi and Rue has been such an amazing experience just because we grew up together, and then now we finally get that opportunity to actually live with each other. Yeah, I mean, just everyone has made such an impact on my life positively. I don't think I have a bad thing to say about anyone on Creighton's campus, the staff. Just, it's been an amazing ride.
We'll go in the black blazer again.
Emma, what was it like being able to play in front of your family, especially your sister, who was able to make it out this weekend?
Yeah, I'm not sure she needed much coaxing to get out to Los Angeles, but yeah, it's awesome just to be able to play. My parents are very well-traveled. They come to pretty much every basketball game, and I couldn't thank them enough for all their support with me and Hannah because she plays basketball too. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think there was much coaxing to get her out here, but it's always awesome to just watch her cheer for us, cheer for me and what we're doing because they didn't do any postseason this year. But yeah, it's just awesome to see them in the stands every game.
Our last question for the student athletes is going to come from Matt on Zoom.
Yeah, I apologize. I know this is kind of a raw moment here, but I'm just curious if the emotions that are going through your heads right now are more, the ones that are obvious with the season coming to an end, or if it's more pride in if this is the last time you guys all play together, that you guys have accomplished a lot.
We'll start with Lauren and then go to Emma.
I think it's honestly all the emotions. We wanted to make it to the Sweet 16, and that really hurts. And so there's a lot of emotions that you feel when you lose in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say emotions too. Just being this close to a Sweet 16, again, it's kind of just soul crushing to go in the locker room afterwards and not be celebrating with some of your best friends. So yeah, the emotions were high. They're probably going to be like this for the next few days.
That's all we have time for the student athletes. Thank you both. We're going to open it up to questions for Coach Flannery, first in the room and then on Zoom. We'll start with the red top on the far side.
Chase Waite, News for Us Online. I just wanted to have a quick comment about the reflection for the season. I know it's super tough tonight, but you guys accomplished so much. There's been so many accolades, so many ups and downs throughout the nights. Just give me a quick reflection on how you feel the season went and what are you guys hoping for the future?
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we were kind of prisoners of the moment. And, when we went to the Elite Eight a couple years ago, it's a great season, but we won a 2-point game in the in the second round. We lost a 2-possession game in the second round tonight, so it's easy to feel like we didn't quite accomplish as much. But I think if you look at the balance of the season, we lost one non-conference game, and I think we played the 7th strongest non-conference schedule in the country, and we went 9-1. We finished 15-3 in a great league. Big East lost twice to UConn and once at Marquette, who was in the tournament, and then lost tonight to UCLA. So I mean, our body of work was great. We have flaws. I mean, we have, and that's what makes me so proud. Is I feel like we play through them and we play for each other. And 26-6 is a pretty dang good year when you play in the league that we play in and you played the non-conference that we played in. So we have an experienced group. We started 5 seniors. We bring a senior off the bench. So we expected to be good, but I think we achieved at a level that we kind of hoped for, even though we're obviously disappointed tonight.
We're going to go in the second row in the green top.
Joe Reedy, AP. Jim, you've talked about the expectations now going up. You've made 3 straight NCAA tournaments. Normally in the past, if you lost 6 seniors, that would be a tough rebuilding job. But with the portal and everything now,
Yeah.
how easy do you think it could be to reload and Creighton, Big East program with everything you've accomplished?
Yeah, you hope it helps us in recruiting. I mean, we're not opposed to using the transfer portal, but that's not something that we're necessarily going to be in as much as a lot of teams. I just think that's one of the things that makes our program special is that's not going to necessarily be who we are. Now, I may say something different in a couple of years because we want to be good, but I do think that the success that we've had over the last few years should help us in recruiting, and we're going to have a lot of these players come back. I mean, it's not official, and if somebody changes their mind, but there's a good chance that the bulk of this class will be back to play and use their COVID year. So I'm not going to get into the specifics of that, but it's not going to. A lot of them will be back, and so we might not be doing as much portaling until maybe next year.
Our next question is going to be from the black blazer in the second row.
Corey Jevin, Creightonian.
Yeah.
Coach, how well did you think Mal responded on the defensive end when she was struggling so much offensively? And was there ever a thought of pulling her out a little earlier when they were making that adjustment to pull back on her defensively?
Yeah, we've seen that a lot with Mal this year. I mean, we've got to, we've had to hide her. I mean, she's a super valuable piece of what we do, but we've had to hide her in some places offensively. But I thought defensively she did a really good job on bets. She probably was our best defender on bets. We need her length and just her versatility defensively. And yeah, there's a lot of things she can't do on offense, but she does make good decisions. I think she had 1 turnover tonight, but she had 0 turnovers the other night against UNLV and 3 assists. So, sometimes it's about not making mistakes because we typically have enough scoring. But I was a little bit caught, in that second half, honestly, between whether we needed to play a little bit better offensive lineup based on the struggle that we were having. But we also were having a hard time stopping, particularly Rice and them getting in the paint a little bit more. So that's been a battle for us this year. But I think overall Mel has really kind of figured out how to play. But we've got to, we'll have to do some things to develop her. So we're not necessarily quite in the position that we've been in a lot this year.
Okay. Our last question is going to come from Matt on Zoom.
Yeah, hi, Flan. I know you just kind of said that you're expecting kind of the bulk of the class to be back, but just in the meantime right now and looking back on what has already been accomplished, I'm just curious about what are going to be the hard things to forget about coaching this group, especially all 6 of them together, and what they've been able to do to not only elevate this program, but just, like you mentioned, the joy that they've played with in doing it.
Yeah, I think, and our strength coach, Brad Schmidt, I always open up the locker room during the last game, and anybody can say anything. So coaches, staff, players, it's kind of an open forum. And he talked about how working with them makes him a better person. And I think that's, me, after I finished talking and I heard what Brad said, I kind of had to jump back in because I do think that's when you love your work life, it really helps the rest of your life. And I feel like this group makes it really easy for me because I love my work life, and most of that has to do with the way that they are. So I think it, not to get too sappy, but I think it makes me a better husband, a better father, and all those things. And I think everybody on our staff would say the same thing because when you're surrounded by people who are as good as human beings as the ones that I'm surrounded by, it makes it easy to leave work and be happy. So I'm super thankful to have gotten to coach this group and to play a program as good as UCLA down to the wire on the road is a testament to how hard they work and how together that they are.
That's all we have time for. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks. That's usually